Welcome back to It's a Tool Thing. Today we've got a special treat. One of my coworkers let me take a look at his new setup tool cart. He's got a Tec 1000 toolbox with a side box on it, but currently he's been using that as a stationary unit and switched over to using this Cornwell on a daily basis. Overall, I think he's been pretty happy with it. We'll take a look at some of the customizations he's done. He's got his diagnostic link hanging here from a bracket, and of course the extension cord to be able to plug in to charge. He custom made this bracket on the back. It's a piece of angle with multi-hole, and it works pretty good. You can hang his coat from it, his tags. He's got his creeper held onto it, keeps it in place. He had tried another system with using double-sided tape and hooks, and unfortunately it would hold, but it wouldn't stay there for more than a couple days. He's got a hose reel up there, a towel reel up there. He's got his M12. He doesn't run any M18 charger magnetic up underneath his side tray here. And of course he's got the Cornwell side tray. He's actually the one who got me into playing with some magnets on my tool storage. He's got the flat bar magnets here holding the angle head wrenches up. These plates here, they work pretty good, but they won't hold larger items. As you can see right here, he actually can close this lid and leave everything in there, move his box around to the next bay, and then he raises it back up. But he's got some pretty interesting ideas here, like the little magnet to hold his notepad, which is actually a new one I hadn't seen before. He ended up purchasing round magnets for these gummies, which he does like, and he bolted those on, and these things are staying in place really well for him. He just got these Tecton wrenches. He actually had one fail almost immediately, but he's been pretty happy with them other than that one failure, and he does prefer the 6-point design. As you can see, he's tried to keep the weight down, so he's actually got this holder inverted, and he's had really good luck so far. Nothing comes loose, stays right where he wants it. Over here he's got some stubbies, metric stubbies, and then he's got some of his extensions on some bar magnets, more common stuff. And then he's got these Craftsman stubby standard set over here. And he's actually got these upside down also, and you can see a little bit of shifting does happen, but it stays in place pretty well. He's actually the guy who loaned me the Mac access ratchet here. I can get it out to try out the other day. Another interesting thing that he does, he's had this snap-on for a long time, but it's a non-locking. He doesn't really like the locking ones. He wants to have a little bit of flex sometimes. So he takes a heavy-duty shrink tube and just shrink tubes around the joint, gives them a little bit of flex. You don't get a ton of flex, and if he has to, he can flex it out, and then he can cut that off and then reapply a new one. And that's been working for him really well. He actually just got this ratchet warrantied out. The Mac guy warrantied out here recently. He's actually considering going to a finer tooth ratchet. I'm actually going to loan him a bent handled dual 80 snap-on. He's going to try that out to see if he likes the bent handle. He's never really used the bent handles before. Let's see what else we got going on in here. He's got a good set of sockets. He likes these Harbor Freight trays. Seem to be working out well for him. He's got some bigger 12-point sockets for specialty jobs. He's got them all labeled on the top so that he can see at a glance which one's which. Over here, this pry bar here he has a little problem with. It does kind of press up against the hood when it's closed and locked, but it will close and lock because it's just a little bit proud in the holder here. This Cornwell box, unfortunately, he's been having problems with the handles. This one's a little loose. This one's even worse. and the Cornwell dealer basically won't do anything for him. He actually fixed this one up. You can see the, I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but you can see the raised spots here. He actually pulled it out and put in, let's see if I can get you over there, bigger screws, and that seems to be working so far. But considering this box was purchased brand new and is less than a year old, it's unfortunate that he has to make repairs on this box. We'll take a quick peek through the tools. I remember him getting these. They're just regular silverware holders, but they were pretty good to organize his stuff. They were cheap. I think he got them at Walmart for like less than $1 a piece. He actually turned me on to, if I can get it out here, with one hand it's a little difficult. He actually turned me on to, and I'm just going to leave it there, the Easy Red extendable 3/4 ratchet sitting right there. You can't see it very well, but and I've been pretty happy with it, other than the switch facing the wrong way. He's got his most commonly used pliers up here, and most commonly 3/4 sockets that he needs to get his job done over here. Snap-on beam style torque wrench, and it appears to be a Craftsman 3/8 torque wrench here, and then a snap-on one down below. He doesn't always go high end. He's been pretty happy, I believe, with this. It's a PT Tools. I'm pretty impressed with the size of the head. It's pretty compact. 3/8 extra long. And then just your standard 1/2" drive Craftsman ratchet. Next is his wrench drawer, trying to maximize the space along with the depth. I had these holders here, and they worked actually really well for some of the larger sizes. I was able to actually get them up vertical, and then he was able to double up and put, he just purchased these Icon wrenches here. He wanted to go to one with the teeth. He was considering between Icon and Milwaukee, and I guess he chose to go with Icon. I haven't talked to him about how he likes them, but we'll have to talk to him in the future. He's got his gear wrench, ratchet wrenches, angle head reversibles, another set of Icons, and then some Craftsman crow's feet, it appears. This is his wiring drawer here. He's got his power probe and a nice pair of snap-on crimpers down here and some strippers. Specialty fittings and connectors and stuff in this box. He uses this to measure water content, I believe, in fuel and depth. Another thing that's interesting we were just talking about today was this drawer, the detents seem to be pretty good. We've had several other guys that have the slide top version. One purchased it new, and the other one purchased one used. And the detents are so bad the drawers will open while you're trying to push it around unless you lock it. And this one, the detents seem pretty good. The one guy with the slide top that purchased it new, actually, I don't know if he dropped it or if it almost fell over, but from what I understand, it fell over, and he actually quit using it, which is unfortunate considering he paid a fair amount of money for it. He's been getting into the Milwaukee stuff, M12 line. He's got the older style ratchet. He's also been buying the aftermarket batteries and had really good success with them so far. He just got this stubby. He keeps accusing me of encouraging him to buy too many tools. He's got what I consider one of the best choices, the Ingersoll Rand titanium 1/2" drive, and 3/8 also, which I've been a big fan of those in the past, though now I pretty much just use cordless. Over here he's got the bit driver, 1/4" hex, and he just purchased this angle cordless die grinder. Keeps some of his specialty tools, That's for rolling over engines here, and this one's for adjusting valves, I believe, or injectors. And down here in the bottom, he's got some spare rags, mask for when he needs it. Overall, back here, overall he's got a pretty good setup. But like I said, I'm pretty impressed with some of the ingenuity he's got going on with the magnets, and it's been working out pretty well. He's given me some good ideas. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.